Shalom, shalom everybody. Welcome to another Pulse of Israel, Israel at War update here in the beautiful Judean hills, where we are trying to protect, to ensure that our Arab Muslim enemies all around us don't succeed in doing to us what they did to our family, friends, neighbors, fellow Israelis down outside the Gaza area. Alright? Quick update of what's going on with the war effort, and then some of the deeper issues, like you know to expect from me here at the Pulse of Israel. Number one, excuse me, are you familiar with the fact that Iran has been attacking U.S. forces and U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria over the past 2 weeks? And I think it's like the attacks are growing with each day. I don't know how much attention that's being given in the American media. I have no clue. I'm not following American media. I'm in IDF reserve duty. I'm hardly even paying attention to what's going on with the Israeli media. I'm just trying to keep on top of protecting everyone I can protect and what I can about the war effort. But yes, Iran has been attacking U.S. bases and U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. What does that have to do with us? That's a question I'm asking. I don't have the answer. Well, I do have the answer. It has nothing to do with us. There is no reason for Iran to be attacking Iraq and U.S. bases and forces in Iraq and Syria because of us, because of Israel. No connection whatsoever. So basically Iran is waging war against America. So if America does anything against Iran, it's because they're retaliating against Iran. It's not about what Israel is doing to protect ourselves here in our homeland against our brutal, vicious, evil Arab Muslim enemies in Gaza or in Judea and Samaria or up in Lebanon, who are also Iranian proxies. So remember that, okay? Please remember that. And check the news, or I don't know what's being reported or not being reported, but yes, Iran is right now attacking U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. So everyone should know about that. All right, that's number one. Coming to us, unbelievable update about what's going on in Gaza. The IDF has successfully penetrated a tunnel system underneath one of the hospitals in Gaza, right? Again, they're not hospitals. They are hospital human shields to protect Hamas headquarters underground, right? So whatever reporting you see about Israeli forces, IDF, siege, or getting closer to the hospitals, no. That's the IDF forces getting closer to finding and getting rid of Hamas headquarters and Hamas militants and terrorists and leaders who are using the hospitals as hideouts and human shields to protect them, both physically to protect them, allow the civilians to be killed instead of them, and to protect them on the PR level. Because again, the whole world goes, oh my God, Israel's horrible, it's bombing hospitals. No, Israel is trying to get rid of Hamas. And because Hamas hides itself, literally hides itself in extensive tunnels that they spent billions of dollars of US, European, and United Nations aid to build, in order for regular Gazans to be killed and for Israel to be killed in the media because they're hiding underneath the hospitals. So the IDF has penetrated these tunnels underneath one of these hospitals, and they found that Israeli hostages were being held there. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, they already took them somewhere else, but they found baby diapers, they found baby bottles, they found list of hostages' names, they found other things that showed them, that gave them proof that our captives, women, children, babies, men, women, grandmothers were held there, as well as finding tons of ammunition and guns and RPGs, all hidden underneath a hospital. Hidden underneath a hospital. These people are evil. And then the world is evil by not telling you that everything we're doing is to get rid of this evil Hamas empire that uses its own civilians as human shields, including hospitals, in order to make Israel look bad and the Jews look bad in the daily paper and in the news and in social media. No, guys. Get the truth out there. Israel is doing everything to save the world and save humanity and save our captives and protect Israeli citizens by getting rid of the evil Arab Muslim jihadi existence in Gaza. And because they hide themselves under $1 billion tunnels that they built with your taxpayer money, we, underneath the hospitals, we have to go to the hospitals and to then be able to get to the tunnels. That is what is going on. That is what is going on, okay? And that's what we're doing, and thank God our leaders right now, finally, after 30 years of caring about world opinion, finally our IDF leaders and our political leaders are not caring about world opinion, and we're doing what is necessary to protect ourselves. And like I said before, it's not just about protecting ourselves, it's protecting the whole freedom-loving world, because this evil Muslim jihadi sentiment is not just here, it's everywhere, folks. It's in every city where you're seeing these massive demonstrations in support of Hamas and in support of destroying the Jewish state of Israel. They're going to use their Islami jihadi attitude against you infidels as well, everywhere. So everyone should be saying thank you, Israel and the Jewish people, for taking care of it here. So again, unbelievable. We're one step closer to finding the hostages, and Hamas are on the run, and on the run, running with our captives, with our innocent captives, which is so sad. How many of them we're going to find? How many of them we're going to find alive? How many of them Hamas is going to basically kill and then blame Israel by saying, oh, because of Israel's bombing, well, your captives were killed? We don't know. We don't know, but the Jewish people, we are on a mission to free all of our captives. All of them. And please, God, we'll get them as fast as possible, and we're one step closer. Hopefully, we're almost there, but we're one step closer. This was a huge step. Now I want to go to some unbelievable news. Unbelievable news in terms of the day after. What's going to happen the day after in Gaza? Okay, here we go. The first official request has been made by an Israeli institution to return and resettle in the Gaza Strip, in Gush Katif. The Torat Chaim educational institution that has hundreds of students and families that used to be in the Gaza Strip, they have officially put in a request with the government or with the army saying that when the area is clean of all the terrorism, they want to return to rebuild their educational campus in the Gaza Strip. And basically they said they are still today, 19 years later, living in temporary housing for their educational institution. They have yet to have permanent housing and permanent structures rebuilt for their educational institution, and they officially requested to return and rebuild and resettle their educational institution where it was founded and built up and where it existed in the Gaza Strip. Now, is the government going to approve this? Is the army going to approve this? Well, definitely not right now. Definitely on a PR level, the Israeli government and the army are saying, no, we're not going to be resettling the Gaza Strip. We just have to have security control. So, folks, let the army and let the Israeli government say that, because if they would say we're resettling, all of a sudden all hell would break loose, and the whole world and the Biden, I just said the Obama administration because it really is, the Obama, Biden, Harris administration would scream at us and threaten us. So the government can't say about it, but it's going to happen. And the fact that it is the first time, the first request to resettle our homes in the Gaza Strip, that is huge. That it's huge. It's a big first step. It's going to happen. And then on the flip side of the solution, while the first Jews from Gush Katif, the Gaza Strip, have requested officially to return and resettle the Gaza Strip with Jewish resettlement, there was an op-ed written in the Wall Street Journal, op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, written by one of the top politicians of the Likud party, together with a top politician of a left-wing party, Yesh Atid, Yair Lapid's party. I have no clue if Yair Lapid's on board who approved this. But basically, their op-ed in the Wall Street Journal basically said it's time for the world to encourage and accept the immigration of Gazan Arabs to other places in the world. and I've written about this before, and I've talked about this before, and I tell you it's the double standard of the world and the Western world. They are fine taking in tens of millions of refugees from Syria, right? Bashar Assad murdered his own Syrian civilians, murdered Palestinian Arabs, right? Bashar Assad tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs. Did the world care? No, the world was silent. In any case, he murdered his own citizens, he murdered his own Palestinian Arabs living in Syria, and the world took in 10, 11, 12, 13 million refugees from Syria, all over the world, right? So that's okay. The world took in millions of Ukrainian refugees. That's okay. But the world says, no, Gazans must live in Gaza. No, that's not okay. The world, there you see the double standard. There you see how the Palestine issue is basically a fake cause used by the world, including the Western world that we want support from, to, in a sense, weaken the Jewish state of Israel. They don't care about the Arabs there. They don't. They're used as pawns in order to weaken and ultimately destroy the Jewish state of Israel. And unfortunately, the Western enlightened world goes along with it. It's part of they're okay with it. So the fact that a Likud leader, I think it was Yuli Edelstein, and a leader from Yesh Atid, I think it was Ram Ben Barak, are the first right, and Ram Ben Barak, Yesh Atid, is in the opposition. So you have a coalition opposition team writing an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal telling the world the solution is get the Arab Muslims out of Gaza and other places around the world. That is huge, because that's the only solution. That's the only solution to provide security for the Jewish state of Israel and all Israeli citizens, so that no Islamic jihadi entity is able to grow again in Gaza and then turn itself into another terror base against us. And it's the most moral solution because it actually cares about the Arabs there. Because when the United Nations and UNRWA are using billions of funds from the world to teach children to hate Jews and kill Jews and destroy the Jewish state of Israel, the world is financing genocide. The world is financing anti-Semitism. The world is financing the destruction of the state of Israel and leaving these kids in Gaza to grow up to be suicide bombers instead of wanting to have good lives. So the most moral solution for the Arabs in Gaza is, yes, for the world to take in immigration. And even just a year ago, even just a month ago, if anyone would have said, the solution for Gaza is the Arabs must be given incitement. Sorry, the Arabs must be given what's the word I'm looking for? Financial benefits or whatever, and then resettled around the world. Everyone would have said, "Oh my God, that's Kahana! Oh my God, that's horrible! That's racist!" Right? Because that's what Kahana was called. He was called racist, and one of his solutions that the Arabs can't live with us. And anyone who would have said that would have been called a racist. All of a sudden, you have a leader of the Likud party and the leader of the left center, Yesh Atid party, Yair Lapid's party, saying something that just a month ago would have been considered racist, and would have been anyone who would have proposed mass immigration for the Arab Muslims in Gaza to other places in the world, they would have been delegitimized. All of a sudden, this solution is being given credence, and that is the only solution. Is the world going to go for it? Don't know. Is the world going to go for it now? It's going to happen. Whether it happens today, tomorrow, next week, in a month, in 2 months, in half a year, it's going to happen. That is the only solution. So that is unbelievable news that solution is getting publicity in the Wall Street Journal, proposed by a Likud politician together with a left-center opposition politician, Ram Ben Barak. Unbelievable news. And finally, I just want to also talk about a video I just saw and shared. 2 rabbis fighting, I think they're both officers, fighting in the Gaza Strip, sitting and learning Torah in the Gaza Strip, in the sands of Gaza. Seeing Torah once again being studied in the Gaza Strip. You see a destroyed building in the background, the sands of the Gaza Strip. Unbelievable. It is so beautiful. So beautiful to see. We're back. Again, the world's not going to accept it. Our own government is not going to officially accept it, but it's going to happen. We're not leaving. We're going in there. We're going to provide security, and we're going to stay, and we're going to build and rebuild and make Gaza even more beautiful than it ever was when we were living there 19, 20 years ago with the beautiful Gush Katif communities and agriculture. We're going to redo it all, and there's going to be so much Torah, just like there was. There was so much Torah learning taking place in the Gaza Strip and in Gush Katif. So it's unbelievable to see that. Two army soldiers, officers, fighting in the Gaza Strip, sitting and learning Torah in Gaza. So everyone, no matter the insanity, no matter the sadness, no matter the mourning that we are still doing, and how crazy the situation is, because again, the world isn't even demanding that the Red Cross go in to visit the captives, right? According to international law, Red Cross should have access. Like, where's the world demanding that? There is no. They're not demanding it. Like, there should be no humanitarian aid given into Gaza unless our captives are freed. But the minimum of the minimum of the minimum is that the Red Cross should be able to give an access to the captives and give them medical treatment. Even that the world's not asking for. Did you hear Biden ask for that? Did you hear Blinken ask for that? Did you hear any European leader ask for that? Did you hear the United Nations leadership ask for that? Nothing. Silence. Right? I mean, do you remember a few years ago when Obama was president, there were like 200 girls kidnapped by Boko Haram, whatever, some African country, and Michelle Obama led the campaign, bring the girls back, bring back the girls, something like that, right? The world took on to bring back the captives. All of a sudden, when it's the Jews, 240 Jews, grandmothers, children, babies. The world's silent. World leaders are silent. Not even demanding that the Red Cross go in. Forget about bring them back. So even with that sadness of understanding that we Jews are alone, remember, we are never alone. We got God above. He's with us always. And understand the whole process we are going through today, not just the Jewish people in the land of Israel, not just the Jewish people worldwide, but all of humanity, is a spiritual process. I can't tell you how many Jews are reconnecting with their Jewish identity. Regardless of their religious level, it doesn't make a difference. They're reconnecting to be part of the Jewish people. Some are becoming more religious, but that's not the point. The point is reconnecting with their Jewish identity and the Jewish people. It's happening, and there's so much spiritual awakening taking place from non-Jews all over the world as well. That is ultimately the process we're all going through. Be part of it. Be part of inspiring the spiritual awakening in the world today in order that we could bring the ultimate redemption as quickly as possible. It's up to us. God is listening to us. God is waiting for us. What are we doing about having a better world? It's up to us, and then God is our partner to fulfill and make it happen. But we have to do our part. So everyone, I got to get back. In the meantime, if you are not yet a subscriber to my Pulse of Israel videos, go to pulseofisrael.com and click to subscribe. And if you like this video with these messages and you want to help me and our organization get this video or our video seen by many more people, click donate on the donate button on pulseofisrael.com so we can have the funds necessary to help promote this and our videos to be seen by many more people. Signing off from the beautiful Judean hills in our ancestral, biblical, beautiful, indigenous homeland, the land of Israel. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.